Look, both of us, the sponsor's ring.
Oh, very nice.
Can be seen plainly here.
And the ring on Tony's left hand was made by my brother Chris, no relation. And if you want one like it, you can have one. Just contact us and we'll put you in contact with Chris. You can also have...
And we only take a small service fee for...
Like 100% of it?
Oh, please. 75, you big goon.
And
that's why his rings cost $423,000.
And if you want your very own This Is True Really News coffee mug, you can order that. There's a link in the description or somewhere around that you can go get it. They're really fun. It's got our News logo.
And while you're doing all that stuff, make sure you have your friends, family, and contestants on Jeopardy sign up for This Is Truly News. They can like, subscribe, and follow at your favorite podcast arena, as you already have, I'm certain.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
This one from Reason.com.
Uh-oh.
You know, this is I read Reason every day.
Reason always gets deep for me.
Well, they can, but they keep it shorter than, say, Quillette or some of the other ones.
That's true.
So, but what's...
If you're going to numb my brain, please do it quickly.
So this is just beautiful. Nevada doctor Dan Henson was at work when his sons, ages 8 and 10, asked their mom if they could go play at the end of their dead-end street. Mom said, sure. Things were going swimmingly. Swimmingly, I say.
Did you say swimmingly?
Yes, I said they were going swimmingly.
Swell.
Until some cheese whiz-brained busybody with delusions of adequacy called 911 to report 2 unsupervised children. Firefighters had to come and escort the kids back home. They apologized and said they'd be reporting the family to law enforcement. That's when Dr. Hanson's mom, Assemblywoman Alexis Hanson, stepped in to co-sponsor Let Grow's Reasonable Childhood Independence Bill in the Nevada state legislature. The law ensures that parents who let their kids do reasonable things like play outdoors cannot be charged with neglect unless they put the kids in obvious or likely danger.
Wow.
The bill passed in the Nevada House. It got stalled in the Senate, and it had bipartisan support in the Nevada House, but got stalled in the Nevada Senate. However, it was adopted in Oklahoma and Texas, which is nice, coming after Utah. So that's 3. This coming year, Let Grow hopes to pass similar bills in Colorado, Nebraska, and South Carolina.
So
you have to pass a bill in order to let your kids play outdoors. Yeah.
Huh.
This is how stupid our government can be.
What have we said from the beginning? We are a stupid species. What I want to know is what kind of brain damage does it take? There are children outside playing.
Unsupervised.
Call the cops.
They don't even have leashes on.
And I couldn't see their collars. We have no idea whether they could be from another neighborhood. Why do we always end up with Southern accents when we do that?
I don't, because we're dumb.
Okay.
I was in single digit years.
We don't do it. You never break into an English accent.
I was in single digit years, like 8 years old, when Dennis Jones and I would go out to the railroad tracks and hop a freight train, headed toward downtown Edina. We'd get off near 50th and France, hang around downtown Edina for a few hours. We'd go to the comic book store. What was it? Yeah. Was the not Walgreens, it was Woolworths. We go to Woolworths, check out the comic books, and then we'd hop another train going the other way.
Hop around home.
Hop off and run home. Free range kids. Neither of us really died very much.
Well, not more than a couple times.
Right.
But they got better.
One time it got close.
They're always. All right, listen, we all know no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Now, I had been convinced, right, that it was only through the grace of God that the human species continues, because teenage males should all be dead.
Yep.
But after watching both my daughter's high school teams for a few years and now my granddaughter's high school teams for a few years, I'm amending that.
Okay.
Just teenagers.
It's just them, all of them.
Yep. Somehow or another, they've all become
Morons.
teenagers. Yeah.
Antoine, your turn.
Canada may want to. Okay, remember that like 20 minutes Canada's borders were open?
Yes.
48-year-old Vivian Richards of Oakland Park, Florida, tried to smuggle. In that brief span of time, this woman from Oakland Park, Florida, tried to smuggle, count them all, 56 guns into Sarnia, Ontario, in the trunk of her car.
They searched the trunk.
No. Yeah. You mean really? Look.
I've crossed the border.
So if you throw like a blanket over them, Richards.
That's not the blanket you've been looking for.
Richards was referred for secondary inspection, the DH News reports, after officers of the Canada Border Services Agency, the DBSA.
All those guys I've
the
always
CBSA.
CDBSA.
XY. They looked in her trunk.
Yeah. Silly them.
And something must have set them off because off she went for secondary inspection. So with firearms, they found, are we ready? 13 overcapacity magazines. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing they fill up to a certain number. So how could it be overcapacity?
Probably more than 10 rounds.
Oh, are we whining about that still?
Up in Canada, I think so.
Oh, God, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Anything over 3. I tell you, in the old days, Western gunfights would have been a lot shorter. Bang, bang, bang. We're done. Where was I now? Overcapacity magazines, 13 of them. 43 pistol magazines.
Okay.
And 100 rounds of ammunition.
Okay.
Which, if she would have just kept, she could have sold for a mint here.
Right.
She faces several charges, you think? Not the least of which is possession for the purpose of weapons trafficking.
Well, it sure looks like it.
They could be for her own collection, I'm sure. That she was bringing to a gun show in Canada. I can only get so far with this.
I was going to say
before it doesn't work anymore. She merely had them in her trunk for. I'm done. I got nothing.
See, you just can't.
Yeah,
there are laws. You
cannot salvage
move
that
them
one
across the border.
You can,
but you have
generally you have to
very specific way.
Protocol must be followed, or you end up being charged with several. Possession for the purpose of trafficking.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of If That Is Your Real Name. These are actual and real names, and they had to prove they were real names to a contest.
No.
The name of the year contest, they had to give corroborating evidence. So these are real names.
All right. Carry on, my wayward son.
Quintarius Gooch.
Yes, that sounds made up.
Of the Mont Pleasant Gooches.
You know, Quintarius, it's an old family name from the Quintariuses.
Candida Seesaw.
Can Candida see anything else? I'm sorry.
See, so, and here's
so Candida Ciso, they were relatives.
Here's a person who was
third base,
probably named in that old-fashioned way where, the first thing the mother sees that strikes her, she names the child that. Dr. Narwhal's Mating.
That would be like the Eskimo two dogs. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't Google it. It shouldn't be there, but it might be. I don't know.
Yeah. Gandalf Fernandez.
Oh, come on. Listen, I love myself a little Tolkien as much as the next guy. But really?
And really, my point of view on this is Spanish. Names of Spanish origin are gorgeous to hear said out loud. Why would you screw it up with Gandalf?
There you are.
You
could have gone with Bilbo.
Dr. Trenton.
No, Frodo.
Frodo Hernandez. Well, I can hardly wait to see all Gandalf's kids. Dr. Trentington Outhouse.
Those are going to be never mind.
These
how why would you not change that?
He comes from a long line of outhouses, apparently.
I guess he would, yeah.
Alpha Omega Nickelberry the Third.
Of course, because there are two others.
Pope McCorkle the Third.
Wait a minute, that makes 3 alphas and 3 omegas.
Yes, which makes no sense.
I'm not sure that works mathematically.
Well, if you've got, that universe that explodes, then
like the
collapses, then
multiverse kind of
explodes.
thing.
Yeah. No, not multiverse. This is the yo-yoing one that keeps going in and out.
Oh,
So
like a
then you
squeeze
could,
box.
the Who.
Now,
Never
the Who
mind.
went right to your brain, didn't it? I could have said accordion.
Pope McCorkle III.
What?
Yeah. So there were two others there as well.
Two other Pope McCorkles.
Paisley Boney IV. Someone had the bad taste to do it 4 times.
Wow.
Pope Thrower.
I'm sorry?
Pope Thrower.
Oh, so a Lutheran.
And that would be Overthrower, I think, of the
Yeah, well,
Del Monte Overthrowers.
We were just trying to fix from the inside.
I just read that about it. Okay. And finally, Precious Orgy.
See, now if I mentioned that my son and his friend had this pact when they were in high school about what they were going to name their friends, it would just sound stupid after something like that.
Right?
But Eric was going to name his child Dennis or Kenneth.
Oh, what a vicious little brat.
And then Bowen was going to name his son Owen.
Owen Bowen.
Owen Bowen. Luckily, both had wives who were noticeably
Smart.
brighter when they were. So I don't think even I could go with Dennis for Kenneth.
Well, I'm sure.
Now, without that happening every freaking time.
Narwhal's
until
mating Verkenis would be great. Kid would become a doctor.
Would he? Wait, I didn't mean that the way it sounded with Narwhal's mating. It wasn't. Are we done? Can we go now?
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you.
This is true, really news. Send email to TiTR@netradio.network.